I got this. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Indiana Success Happy Hour. Brad hardly knows the name of the show. Brian Quinlan here from Daniels Real Estate.
I don't even know who I am today.
You can be Brad.
Brad Niccum from Nest Mortgage Group.
All right. Well, thanks for remembering that. And you'll notice to my right, we have another guest. Sir, who are you?
My name is Mark Fiore. I just started a job as the winemaker and vineyard manager at Daniels Vineyard here in Fortville.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
When you say just started, how recently just started are we talking?
We're talking about 1 month.
Oh, hot diggity.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll get into that. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate that,
pleasure.
Mark.
Yeah.
And Brian's goals always have sports people on, and my goals always have people that make booze.
I was responsible for, actually, I feel.
Yeah, you got the Who's the Vodka guy.
Oh, that's three.
And
I
the
got Sun King guy.
Sun King, yeah.
And Fortune's Fool.
Fortune's Fool, Taxman, or no, what was the bearded bros?
Whatever the bearded guy.
Yeah, three
Podcast.
guys.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay,
mine
it's
was
balanced.
fair share of alcohol.
Winemaking happens to be my second career.
Oh,
My first one was as a PGA golf professional. So kind
Get
of ties into
the hell.
Wow.
You'd be shocked at how similar these
Oh,
two
this
businesses
episode just
are.
got even better. This
Yeah.
is great. All right.
Brian just got a goosebumps.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. What are you drinking there, sir?
Well, I wanted to make this a wine show as well, so I pulled down the new Yayo Rosa, which I've had on the show before,
Yep.
made by Sergio Cruz, NOM 1414.
Hola,
and,
Sergio.
aged in 3 different rosé wine barrels, and it's delicious. And today we're going to have some wine to go with it. So
And you got to try that out, right?
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I have Who's Your Pride Cream Ale, courtesy of Grand Junction Brewing Company out of Westfield. And, cream ale, light colored, the kind of beer I like. I got
how
enough.
many Indiana beers are there? Do you know?
No, I truly don't know, but there's a lot. I've actually had something from this group multiple times on the show.
And I mean, there's 96 counties. Do you think there's 96 beer companies?
I'm not sure there's quite that many, but there are a lot.
Feels
That's
probably
for sure.
pretty close. I'm a big fan of the West Coast IPAs. And I
Okay.
am shocked at how good the beers are here.
Well, there you go. I mean, we have
All right.
one of the best breweries actually sponsors the show. Our friends at Sun King.
Friends at Sun
Sun
King.
King,
That's
yep.
right.
Summer's here. Crack open a cold sunlight cream ale from Sun King, or mix it up with Wemac, Osiris, or a seasonal like Play Hard. 4 Indy taproom locations, or find it wherever you grab your beer. Sun King, Indiana brewed, summer approved.
I'm not having one of those today, but I do have it regular. I had one last night though.
It's always here waiting for people.
I know.
To come over.
I know. Mr. Gluten Free does not touch my beer, which I appreciate.
Wish you could. Gosh, I wish I could.
All right. So what else we got? Oh, we forgot this here. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for
my man.
coming.
Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers, Mark. I
Cheers.
look forward to hearing your story today.
Great.
Absolutely.
Pretty excited. Mark and I met last night. We were at the Cellar event. It's like a club, the Cellar Club with Daniels Winery. My wife's been a part of that club since day one, and I think it's twice a year. We get like 6 bottles of wine. We get to taste them, and we get to eat some food, and it's always some great fellowship, and we meet some neat people. And yesterday, the guy sitting behind me, it was Dominic Wilkins, the owner of Maxwell
That
Park
was a trip.
Tequila. So that was pretty fun to go, hey, Dominic, you're
Hi,
here
Dom.
too. You see Dominic? So Mark introduced himself, and they had a nice little story about what's going on with the winery. And when he got done talking, I was like, I'm catching him before he leaves so we could do this show. And then I was like, we shoot on Thursdays. And he's like, I can do tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah.
Awesome. So
you're done stomping grapes today? You were able to make it in?
Boy, today was kind of a fun day. We're setting up the exterior of the vineyard at the winery with greenhouses. We were moving the Moscato, that half of it finished fermenting. So we were racking that, moving that around. There was a lot going on inside and outside. It was a really fun day at work. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get a little background.
'Kay.
We'll get into the wine. We're definitely getting into golf.
Yeah.
Prior to where are you from?
So I was born in Ohio, but I grew up in the region. So Crown Point, Indiana. I went to high school at Boone Grove High School. But I've been
There were like
on,
18 people in that school.
I think my graduating class was close to 90. So a lot more than that.
A lot more, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
your school had like 4 people, right?
No, I graduated with 500. Illinois, but that's
a lot.
not at all relevant to the story. Anyways, go ahead.
So yeah, I needed a reason to go to college. There's a school up in Michigan called Ferris State, and they have a golf management program. So I did that through 5 years, and then was a card-carrying member of the PGA. My first job outside of college, early 2000s, was at Cherry Hills Country Club in Denver.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like Arnold Palmer won the U.S. Open there. That was
All right.
slightly overwhelming being on a first name basis with John Elway.
No! Oh, this is great.
And after that, I went.
All right, it's John Elway.
Yep.
You saw him at a store. Did you walk up and go, "Hey, John," when he know who you are?
There, the way that guy remembers people and the way he is, that was 23 years ago, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Okay, very cool.
It was everybody was Mr. Whoever, Mr. Elway, Mark, call me John.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
Yep.
is.
And
He was
that
the-
was my first job after college, so it was that was just kind of mind blowing.
Oh my gosh!
Where it went from
see
there
that.
to Palm Springs. I moved to Portland. That's kind of where I fell in love with the Pacific Northwest for a while. I worked at this place called Pumpkin Ridge. Tiger Woods won the U.S. Amateur there. The year I was there, they hosted the U.S. Women's Open.
Cool.
From there, I went to Hawaii for about a year and a half. I worked at Turtle Bay on Oahu.
All right.
So that was kind of an experience.
Okay, I played
yeah.
golf at a place on Oahu.
Yeah.
And
He rarely golfs, so this would be a story.
All right.
and we drove from Honolulu to the other side of the island.
Uh-huh.
And then we drove up into these hills, and there's this golf course.
Mhm.
And it's been on several movies. And like the show Hawaii Five-0, the new one, they just did a show there.
Yep.
Is
Kapalua?
what?
No, you're talking about Turtle Bay.
Okay, that's what I thought.
When I was there, they had started filming this show called Lost,
Yeah.
and the producers and actors, everybody stayed at the hotel. So
Okay.
some of the locations you see in that show, if you remember it, I believe it was on Thursday nights. And
Yeah.
back when you
I've
used to have
seen
to
every
do that.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played I signed up for 18 holes and I played 13 of them.
Okay.
I was tired.
The windiest place I've ever played golf was Hawaii.
Yep.
And it was Maui, some local course, whatever. I just distinctly remember being on a hole where I was probably 90 yards from the green and whipped out a 5-iron. So I'm hitting straight
Hopefully,
into
maybe
the
it'll get
wind.
there.
I was like,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. But I mean, I gotta say I enjoyed it. It was a unique experience, but just, oh my gosh, what you have to gauge the wind for to play out there is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't remember being windy. It probably was.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. So I assume getting into golf, you were a golfer as a kid, high school golf?
I kind of like to phrase it this way. I must have been really smart when I was 4.
Okay.
So I was kind of younger and I was a late bloomer. So golf was kind of the thing that I could do where there wasn't a bigger dude in front of me.
Okay, yeah.
So that was just something when I started late age of 13 or so, came very natural to me.
Cool.
And played golf in high school at Boone Grove. And I think as a professional, I did a lot of traveling and I was more into managing the golf course, teaching clinics, things like that, than I was as a player. I didn't make enough birdies to kind of do that, but it was still, it took me to a lot of places and showed me a lot of things. My last job at a golf course was in Walla Walla, Washington.
Okay.
I opened this golf course from scratch. It's my second golf course that was designed by this wonderful human named Dan Hickson. And I just kind of decided at that point that I was done down the path of opening golf courses. The first 2 members at Wine Valley Golf Course happened to both be winemakers.
Oh, all right.
So
Great transition.
totally. And I would by the time that, Labor Day came, I was done with it. I got a job working harvest at this really small winery called Balboa. And I just loved it. What a complete different change of pace. And really fun, really, I was just kind of into it. And that harvest job that was supposed to last 6 weeks, 2 months, just turned into a full-time job. And this is kind of where it gets crazy. That lasted for about 2 years. And then I switched over to this other winery called K Vintners, or Charles Smith Wines. And a lot of people are familiar with Charles Smith Wines, distributed nationwide. Um, and that company just went nuts when I was working there.
Cool.
They just like tripled, quadrupled in size,
Wow.
making these high-end wines.
Where were they located? Washington.
That was
also?
in Walla Walla, Washington.
Walla Walla, Washington is
What
a
is-
town.
I'd want to live there just because I think that's a fun word to say.
That's
Home
fantastic.
of Batman. Adam West is from Walla Walla. Drew Bledsoe. The funny
Football
thing
player.
is, if you
Tell me that Wawa gas stations are from there.
They should be. Right.
because it kind of sounds funny, if you watch like the old Bugs Bunny cartoons,
Okay.
anytime there's like a rocket or something, like somebody gets shot, all of that Acme stuff, it all says Walla
Walla
Walla.
Walla, Washington.
On like the
no
boxes
way.
or crates or
Okay.
anything, you'll notice it next time you're
Absolutely.
yes.
Now.
scanning through the TV at 2 a.m. or whatever, and you check that. So just because it kind of sounds funny.
Yeah.
The city so nice they named it twice.
Is it all one word or is it two words?
It's 2 words.
Okay. It's
Yep.
like WALLA. 2 L's?
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's super cool.
That's
All
super
right.
cool.
So prior to working at said vineyard,
Yep.
You weren't much of a wine guy.
I was
You were?
a little, and that kind of goes to my story as to one of the things I'm really excited about being here. There's a kind of a transition, I think, with wine or beverages in general. Like when you start drinking them or whatever, when you're in college, you're assigned the task to go get wine. You get a big box, so you get the biggest, cheapest bottle.
Yeah.
Boone's
And then-
Farm.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Something
Dog.
cold and something sweet. You know?
That's right.
And then there's kind of a transition, and then you get a couple years older, you got a friend over for dinner, you spend $12 on a bottle of wine.
That's right.
It's a big deal. It's
Absolutely.
nice. You graduate to the Chianti because it's cool and it has a basket. And then it kind of goes from there. And then, someday you spend $20 on a bottle of wine, and then
I'm going to move
kinda
this
goes
over
from
here
there.
because I'm just waiting for his hands to knock that over. I
Yeah,
appreciate
right.
the hand gestures. That's great.
So, and I think lately with just the industry and the wine business specifically, there's a bit of a gap there now. There's a lot of things happening over, the recent past 5 years or so post COVID, where people's buying habits when it comes to wine have changed.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the really cool things that we do at Daniel's Vineyard is we have, like, not only do I get to go down the path of these kind of high-end red wines, dry red wines that I've been making, the biggest part of that business, kind of what keeps the lights on, are these sweet wines, these canned wines, canned sweet wines.
It's interesting you say that. I told my wife tonight, who was going to be on the show, she goes, I like Daniel's Winery. She goes, but the wines are a little too sweet.
Yeah. And for everybody that says that, I mean, we offer both things. So it's kind of cool. It's a really kind of diverse job as a winemaker to kind of get in there and try to do. And I'm challenged by doing some of these things that I wouldn't particularly grab, but they go out through the distributors like daily.
I always say wine drinkers, people who are big wine drinkers always have a goal.
Yeah.
And us tequila drinkers are the same.
Yeah.
Right. So I always feel like the wine drinker's goal is, okay, let's get a Moscato in this guy's hand because he's going to like it. It's sweet. It's to be cold. He's going to like it. But eventually he will drink the driest red wine ever made.
Yeah, well,
And maybe be a little bit fussy about it.
So in the tequila world,
Yeah.
we go after the bourbon drinkers with the extra onion, an aged 5-year bourbon barrel tequila. And our goal is for them to drink a high proof Blanco on a regular basis.
I love it. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. And I think the craft beer people are the same. They're like, oh, sure, drink that Coors Light, but eventually you're going to drink the hoppiest beer ever made, ever known to man. That's like the goal in these progress of learning about these different
That's true.
spirits
'Cause
and
the
drinks.
taste does evolve, especially as you learn more about it and start experimenting with different things. definitely.
Yeah, I've heard it from people. It was like, I don't even like wine, but I really like Mark's wine.
Yeah.
That's like,
Then you know you're
what
winning.
gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it when I pull out a tequila like this and somebody like you,
Yeah,
goes, holy cow, that's delicious.
Yeah.
And these kind of tequilas with these rosés has actually made me like wine a little more
Yeah.
because I get that dryness, some of the tannic flavors and things that you don't get in a normal tequila. I pick those up in these rosés. So
Mhm.
maybe it'll happen.
So
Yeah.
because
Yes.
I am maybe legally required to talk about my wife and what she does. Her side hustle is working at Total Wine down in Greenwood. And one of her main jobs there is she does the wine tasting classes.
Okay.
So she teaches probably 95% of those classes. So I hear about wine all the time in my house, and I don't really care for wine.
She's damn near the resident sommelier.
Honestly, yeah. People ask her all the time, "Are you a sommelier?" Nope.
But she has a great palate.
She really
Great
does.
notes,
Yeah, she really does. And I
Another guy that does perfect.
whoa, almost a perfect spill too.
Almost. It's twice now.
So, this is a question Brad gets all the time.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite tequila? Which Brad really can't answer, but he can name off multiple that he loves. I'm sure you probably get that question a lot.
Yeah.
So, in terms of wines you like a lot, probably not a favorite.
Yep.
But if you kind of steered yourself toward wine, where do you go?
Well, right now, I would say it's the 2022 Jolie Bouche Syrah.
All
just
right.
because it happens to be what's in my glass.
So it's whatever's there.
That's what I say too. My favorite's whenever I decided to pour today.
Yeah.
That's why I picked this.
And I get that question all the time.
Yeah, I bet.
And a lot of it depends on the place, the mood, the time, the food pairings at time.
Do you get snobby about your food pairings with wine?
I try not to, but yes, it kind of comes with the territory.
So let me ask the question in a different way.
Sure.
What's your go-to wine?
Grenache, probably, because it does go with just about everything. Lighter bodied but full flavored red wine. If I was going to go for something like that, I do a lot of, if I'm going something French, I do a lot of Chinon, which is Cabernet Franc. Something along those lines. Always, it gets a little tricky because a lot of the wines I like the most, I can't really afford.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So
You've only been on the job a month.
Yeah, but as I make them, I try to do my best so we can share them and consume them.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So tell us about what we have here.
So 2022 vintage. This is a Syrah. It's from Yakima Valley, one of the AVAs in Washington State.
Is that where Daniels makes their wine?
Not yet.
Okay.
So Daniels sources red grapes from California typically, but I kind of moving forward next year probably work with vineyards and grapes that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
As well as local wines from Indiana and lighter wines, Moscatos, things that we can grow here. Brianna is a good one that grows well here. So I'll get to kind of do both things working at.
Cool. All right.
Am I supposed to get a little chocolate on the nose?
Absolutely. So we get kind of my style is a native fermentation. So I try to, I hear the words like minimalistic approach. So we don't use commercial yeast.
You're doing a wild open fermentation?
Yeah. Yep.
So the yeast from the grapes.
Yep.
Is what, and
Yep.
then whatever
Yeast,
is
yep,
in the
yeast
ambient
is
air, whatever's living
everywhere.
there.
Yep.
Okay.
So I try, it doesn't always work that way, but I try to basically do nothing.
I do get the chocolate.
Yeah, I get it. I get a nice chocolate note. It sounds cliche to say, maybe it's my brain, but I get a grape note. I get a little teeny bit of alcohol. And I get something that's a little floral too, but I can't put that.
So this wine, I included a bunch of the stems. So it's not destemmed and it's also fermented in concrete.
Okay.
Yeah, we have, which we don't have yet at Daniels. I'm a pretty big fan of using different
So am I going to get a petrichor flavor in this wine?
No.
Okay.
We coat the
Fiberglass?
we coat the concrete with tartaric acid
Okay.
before we fill it, which is a natural acid that comes from grapes.
So again, there's several tequilas where you get a really nice petrichor
Mhm.
flavor. And one of the distilleries uses concrete tanks for their fermentation.
Mhm.
Although it's already a really mineral petrichor flavor and their water has a lot of minerals too,
Yep.
that concrete gives it a little extra something.
It's just it just does.
Then I got a brand
course.
that aged their Blanco in a giant green egg that was made out of concrete.
Like the barbecue?
Yeah, but it was giant, held like 1,000 liters. It's a giant
Oh, that's
concrete egg.
fantastic.
Gigantic.
Montagave,
Ah,
they're La Rosa. I'll have you taste it when we're done.
okay, cool.
All right. So your official title is winemaker?
Yep.
Okay. How does one become qualified to be a winemaker?
A lot of getting dirty, a lot of cleaning, a lot of education. When I was working for Charles, there was a little bit of changeover where they had 2 winemakers, and instead of replacing one of them as assistant winemaker, I kind of moved up through the change. I was a cellar rat, then cellar master, then enologist. So I started doing all the science and all of that. And then I got sent to UC Davis when I did all of the extension courses at UC Davis, one of the better winemaking programs in the world, probably. And so I got to do that. Then all of a sudden I was pretty good at what I did. The job at FSD came open in 2017, so I did that, and it was kind of time to move on. And the opportunity, like the idea that I'm going to go back home and be surrounded by the people, the kids that call me Uncle Mark, and family and friends, and I still get to do what I love to do for work. That's insane. So yeah, here I am.
You just gave me a red wine that I would drink on a regular basis.
Great.
And that is probably the first time that I've had a red wine and went, holy cow, this is good. Like this
Yep.
is, there's all kinds of flavors. I don't even know how to put my thumb on all of them.
Mhm.
And the dryness isn't offensive, I guess is the word that I use. Sometimes
That's
the
a good
wine
word, yeah.
is so dry
Yeah.
that it's like, it just went in my mouth and went whap, whap, whap. Like
Yep.
this
So
is like
this,
a
this has a
balance.
really nice balance. We've got some nice length, mouthfeel. It's very pleasant, but it's also very. You don't have to talk about everything associated with this wine if you wanted to drink it, but we could get into it because there's a lot going on.
I get chocolate, I get floral, I get a little
Yep.
bit of that grape. I get even some form of citrus that goes into the
Mhm.
finish that I want to say is like almost like pear or
Sure.
apricot,
Yep.
like a stone fruit
Mhm.
finish.
Stone fruit's good. Yep.
It's really good, and that's nuts for me because I'll tell you, last night the way I drank the wines
Yeah.
is the way I always do. I was like, oh, here's some cheese, some meat. I'm thirsty. Wham!
There's nothing wrong with that either.
And I did not bring a little flask of tequila like I normally do. Sometimes that's frowned upon.
For a rinse.
But this is delicious. This is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. 22 worldwide was a really good vintage. So
Grapes had a good year that year.
grapes had a good year.
So
Weather had a good year.
tell me about the terroir of this tequila. Oh, good Lord. You hear what I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Tell me about the terroir of the wine for this
So-
one.
Wait. What is terroir?
Terroir is where it came from and how the land, the air, the sun, the weather, and the yeast affected the flavor that goes in there. And the reason they have a vintage is because each year your grapes are going to grow. The weather's going to be different. How that affects those grapes are going to be different. And that's going to affect the taste, along with wild open fermentations affected by the weather.
Sure.
So
Okay.
terroir is going to be the reason behind the vintage.
Okay.
Did I hit that right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. I can't explain it better. So we have in Washington, it's really interesting because you're on, if you think of the globe, you're on the same latitude as Bordeaux, France, the one that goes.
Okay,
this
no
way.
kidding.
Yep. So it's a little bit, you think Washington, you think Seattle, you think rain. You head over, you head
And
east.
grunge.
Hey, we can get into the story of the day I met Eddie better.
Oh,
We don't have to do
no.
that yet. Anyways, that was a long night.
Only parts that I remember.
There probably was no weed involved.
Blinding.
Yeah.
That's for the party. Sorry.
Lord, it's not for a couple of. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. So heading east over the Cascade Mountains, then you get all this interesting, dry, beautiful farmland. Silty, sandy, loamy soils, perfect for root structure, for grapes, vines, apples, cherries, blueberries, hops.
All right.
So many hops come from Washington State.
All right.
Yeah, so it's just really cool, and there's lots of little different AVAs and sub AVAs that have their different. One of the things that's really cool about Washington when it comes to terroir is we have water, right? The Columbia River Valley is it seems like if you go to different vineyards in Washington State, you cross over the Columbia River like 5 times. Even if you go further south, where you get to Oregon or where they grow a lot of Pinot, because it's a cooler and damper pocket of weather that travels through there. It's just really cool. So
when you mentioned Bordeaux, are you similar altitude as well?
yes, yep. I've been through France a couple of times. Kind of more of a northern Rhone. Some of my cooler experience came from being at a place like Gigal and seeing what they do and how they do it, and literally trying to copy it.
Sure.
Like using bigger barrels and oak casks for aging, and copying the way their barrels are toasted, and because why not, right?
Like the 600-liter barrels.
Yeah, 500-liter barrels, punch-ins, we call them. They're kind of a pain in the ass because they're really big and they're really heavy and they're hard to move. And but your surface area with your oak contact and your oxygen contact through the oak is half as much.
Yeah, it's
so
slower.
you get the influence and without having all that surface area.
Then over oak it.
Correct.
So in fermentation, do you ever ferment in wood, like in a popol?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we sometimes just for fun, we crack the head off a barrel, if we have an extra half a ton or whatever, instead of forcing it in somewhere, just filling that in the barrel and ferment right in there, empty it out to press it, put the head back on, and age in it too. So it's
so then the yeast that you have is less like kind of hanging
there. It's there the whole time.
Flavor.
Yep.
So when you go into fermentation, like, do you ferment with, like, so in tequila, you ferment without fibers for some types, or you ferment with the actual agave fibers in the tank? So when you ferment wine, is it with all of the fibers and the grapes and everything right in there?
So there's lots of different ways you can do it, but red wine specifically, whatever vessel you want to ferment in, whether it's stainless steel or whatever it may be, concrete, as the fermentation takes place, some people use a destemmer like you would for Bordeaux varietals. This particular wine we kept on the stems, so we use our feet to crush it when it's in the concrete tank.
I tasted your toes.
Like I said, you
really,
were crushing grapes, stomping grapes when you came in today.
So there is a little bit of a vegetal note. So does that come from that stem that's there?
Absolutely. Yeah. Just using more of the plant, just kind of use more of the plant to kind of gain more of that terroir we're talking about. It's all there. You don't always want it. Like some vintages are a little bit different where, if it ripens quicker and your stems are a little green or a little too green, then might get a little bit of an off flavor or something you don't necessarily want. But on years that are perfect, the stems dry out, they get a little bit brown. It's perfect. It's just what you want. You can, depending on the varietal, you can use as much of it as you want.
Gosh, he may have just ruined me for just thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe you said you have vineyards with Daniels that are out west.
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are there vineyards here in Indiana?
Yeah. There's a lot of them, more than we were just looking at it. I drove down to Cincinnati last Sunday morning with a friend of mine to watch the Bears game, of course, and
Oh my gosh, you went to that game?
It was bonkers.
It is. The score of that game is bonkers.
It was.
Sorry,
It
continue.
started. No, it started with the opening kick got returned, right,
Well,
and it ended with a failed Hail Mary with
Oh.
no time left in there.
and neither team brought the defense.
I missed that game.
42-41, I think was the finals.
Yep.
Just crazy, ridiculous score. Sorry.
Yeah,
so-
for sure.
Actually, I didn't ask my question distinctly
almost
enough.
got
I
that
did.
one. Wow.
Daniel's Daniel's Winery has vineyards here locally.
We have a
You've been
vineyard
to there, haven't you?
No, I have not.
I'm McCourtsville. I thought you were
Again,
there with us.
I have.
literally right up the road.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He pointed the wrong direction.
Well, yeah, I kind of turned
It's,
around.
it's out.
We
Yeah.
spun him around to the barn.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's, just a couple miles up the road here.
Visiting wineries is generally not my thing, but
Sure.
I got it. My wife should probably go.
They've got great pizza there.
Oh, well, I'm in.
Yep.
I'm
They've
in.
got some really good food, and they've got some great canned drinks that I've had.
Mhm.
And I like those. Can I get this wine there?
Yes. So this is again 2022 vintage Daniel Syrah.
I mean,
So I didn't
can I
make
get
it.
this one there?
What's that?
Can I get this one that's all gone there?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly know the right guy.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm so new to Daniels, and we have so many different products. So I'm still kind of, without trying to have 6 drinks a day to educate
stop, Brad.
myself.
Okay, so I'm going to take you to Arandas, Mexico. And I'm going to introduce you to my friend Sergio Cruz,
Okay, El Borracho.
the drunk.
Uh,
So Sergio, I was just flown down to help create the profile for Couture 100's high proof. So we tasted through multiple, tequilas, right?
Yep.
We did 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 52, all the way to 55. Then we broke it down to we liked 52, 53, 54. Then we tasted through that and we created what we wanted it to taste like. And it's in that bottle up there. It got bottled the next day.
wow.
But while we were doing that with Sergio, these people would come out of the distillery with glasses just like this, but a couple sizes smaller.
Mhm.
And as he's with us drinking water, eating Oaxacan cheese, Oaxacan cheese is amazing. But then they'd like Sergio, and you'd see him grab it. He'd be like, and then he'd tell him stuff, and that person would leave, and then he'd take the next one, and then he would smell it and taste it, and then he'd tell us stuff. They'd make notes and they'd leave. And it was while they were, doing some blending of some barrels for a repo that he was doing it with. And I thought, actually, I said to him,
How do you get that job?
your freaking job is just tasting tequila all day long, isn't it? And he's like, you know what? But, there's a lot more to it.
Mhm.
He's also a chemical engineer and he creates these profiles. But to sit back there and taste through each one, probably the more you do it, the more your palate has become so much easier to define good, bad, acid, tannics, all those things while you're tasting through it.
Yeah.
That was a long but very good transition.
I try.
Yeah. Excellent.
I try.
So, I mean, outside of wine, when you're drinking your beers and you're drinking tequilas, like, do you find it relatively easy to pick out flavor profiles of those?
I
Beverages?
do. I'm really big fan of certain things like the tequila you just shared with me. That's very.
Do you need to sample it again?
I don't hate that idea. Yeah.
No one should.
All right. So
Right, no one should.
while we're doing that,
Yep.
We'll come back to that question. But like when you were a kid,
Yep.
were you like someone in your house that would be able to, taste things and pick out flavors of stuff, and your mom would be like, "Here, Mark, try this. Like, does this taste good?"
I was not so much, but I've always been with food. I was always been kind of fussy.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
and I got
He wasn't just a chicken nuggets guy.
well, except for I got really scared because I got back in 2021. I got COVID bad
Hmm.
and I lost it.
No.
Yeah.
And then when it came back, I remember going to one of the ale houses in Seattle that I love to go to, and there was a Nisswa salad on special, and that would be something normally I'd really look forward to eating. And it came to me, and I was like, "Oh, that looks yucky." and I couldn't eat it.
And
So
the smells weren't there.
my
for you to be able to
palate
know.
came back in the form of a 6-year-old child. I wanted mac and cheese, dino nuggets, and hot dogs.
So did you do something to train your palate back?
It just kind of came
It
back.
kinda came back?
It took a little while, but I remember that we did a bottling in February. I got COVID when I went to the Bears game when they played the Seahawks. I know that's where I got it. And I remember trying to do tasting notes even after everything came back. And I had an assistant at the time, Michael, for a long time. And I was like, I can't do tasting notes. I can't.
No, that
This
sucks.
this is wine.
Well,
that was as far as I could.
I
You
have
still
to
like the
listen,
Bears,
it's white.
so taste is questionable.
With
Well,
I have a lot of allergies.
100%. Yeah.
So as soon as my sinuses get messed up,
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go drink the crappy tequila because I can't taste
There you
it
go.
anyway.
Yep.
But I had
That's when the
for like
Boone's Farm comes out.
a
Yep.
couple of weeks I couldn't smell anything.
Yep.
So I read fish oil and vitamin D.
Uh-huh.
So I doubled up on those, and then it was like smell peanut butter, smell vinegar,
Uh-huh.
like go through and like
Training.
force your brain to smell these things.
Yep.
And then running opens up my sinuses and makes sure I can smell really well. And Brian learned that. We did a 6-mile run together,
Uh-huh.
and we walked in this door, and I poured forth the lays, and he went, "Ooh, this is completely different!" Like because it opened everything up. So like right now, I'm in a good place. I can smell really good right now. But 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I couldn't smell anything at all, and it lasted for a while. And he had COVID, so I blame it on him.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Sure.
About a month ago.
I'm not making out
Yeah.
with you after a podcast ever again.
I know. Good night, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were gonna go to the flavors in there that you like.
Oh yeah.
Why we report it for you?
Yeah, throw me some Highland tequila notes out of that.
Well, I mean, just get a little, like you could tell it was in a wine barrel. You get a little honeysuckle on the
Yep.
notes, or there was yeah, like I'm gonna have a tough time getting past that one because it's just like, oh, like this is gonna be wonderful. I can't wait to put it in my mouth.
Highland agaves, which are grown at in this case somewhere around a 7,000 to 9,000, or 6,000 to 8,000 elevation.
Yeah.
Will have more citrus than most tequilas. Will have a more floral. Usually they're a little sweeter. And then when we talk about terroir in tequila, agave grows for 8 years in a field. So you're changing through all those years. But also the minerality comes from the water, the deep well water that they use to be able to make the tequila. So that tequila usually has a little bit more of a minerality to it, some floral, some citrus.
It's wonderful length too.
And
It's just like
the finish lasts forever.
it's like so long.
It keeps hanging on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like, it's not something where you need to like suck on a lime or whatever we're doing when we're, at a frat party.
Right.
Like where this is like wonderful.
I do have a 1976 Jose Cuervo back there.
Okay.
It really is pretty freaking awesome because it hasn't tasted like that since probably 1985. But
Yeah. Wow.
getting into the depth of tequila it's very similar to wine. And there's even some brands like Ocho and Lagrimas that are doing vintages. They're literally putting the field that it came from, the year that it was harvested, the year that it was planted, and you can compare those just like you can wine.
Yeah.
To the differences because of the terroir.
That's so cool. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so which one is this?
So again, so this is Daniel Syrah. I believe it came from the Herringer Vineyard in California, and it's Blake Trobaugh's the winemaker before me, and he did a wonderful job. And one of the really cool things about coming to a new job as a winemaker, and one of the more difficult things, is you don't get the product that you'll get from Daniel's isn't going to be 100% of the product that I've made for probably another 3 years.
Sure.
Wow.
So
Yeah, you got to get through all the products.
like even this year, all this stuff, still came from California. It was still done a certain way. It was, I didn't want to go in there and, like the Kool-Aid man and change everything really that's going on,
Great reference.
Well, yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, I've got wonderful staff, Victoria and Olivia. They're great people to work with, and just kind of adapt things and see how we're going. And, eventually it's all going to kind of catch on. So these two Syrahs come from different locations, very different. I haven't been to the vineyard where this is from in California, but it tastes a little more like California as far as what we've had. And the wine's very good. It's just completely different.
I don't get the
Definitely.
chocolate note.
Right.
No,
I get a much more fruity note.
I get more dry out of this one.
I haven't tasted yet.
So, as a winemaker, like, how long are you in that job traditionally before perhaps you move on to another winemaker at a different vineyard?
Well, so when like my 3 higher profile winemaking jobs, I think this vintage was my 17th or 18th, 17th. So it's been like 6-7 years on average.
Okay.
And hopefully longer this one.
Because you're local.
Right. Yeah. It's just fascinating being here, being in Indiana, and the difference just in the people and the
You get a little more
like I met you.
hey y'all, how you doing?
When, like it was weird for me, like talking to you for 2 minutes and then you invited me to your home. In Seattle, you have to talk to somebody for 2 years before they invite you into their home.
So,
It's
that's
just
very-
different.
funny
Very-
coincidence, when my daughter, who is 25, she and her boyfriend last year moved to Vegas, and they have since moved back. But when she was out there, she started working at a restaurant in the bar area, and she said after just a couple of shifts that she was like, no one here like really talks to me or wants to get to know me or anything.
Yep.
She says, I just feel kind of like an outcast. I said, Hoosier hospitality is a real thing.
It is. It's real.
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah.
and I relate it back to Mexico
Hmm.
because the people in Mexico are, I mean, Sergio Cruz, who I've only met over the last year, I've now stayed at his house twice. One of them with him in Puerto Vallarta, and my wife was staying in town.
Yep.
Like, they didn't care. There's going to be a key hidden for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
the fast
it's great.
friendships are so much different. And I believe when you go south too, it's even more so. When
Yeah.
you get I remember years ago, my wife and I were broke, and we had little kids, and we went to Nashville to visit for the first time.
Yeah.
And we pulled up into a Denny's parking lot to get breakfast, and like we parked, and a guy like 12 spots over was like, "Hi, good morning." We were like, "Hi." It was just like such a different,
Yeah.
thing. And Nashville's not really that much like that now because it's growth. But
Yeah.
in Georgia, everybody says hi. People say hello. People, welcome you when you're there.
Yeah. Well, there's something comfortable, like when you go sit at a bar and the bartender or the server says, "Hey, babe, what you having today?"
Right.
It's like, okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just this.
Yeah. Like, okay, I'm good. No, I'm good. Like, I don't even need it. Yeah.
I was
Something
sad
about
when I got here.
Yeah.
It is different for sure.
Yep.
What do you think of this one? So this one isn't as bright to me. It is drier in the finish.
I got drier in the finish for sure.
The finish is long though. It lasts a while. There's less sweetness in this one to me than in the other one.
Yep.
But
if
it's
I had to choose between the two, I would choose the first one.
oh, for sure. This one, it was more floral in the nose with less chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And then that floral kind of translated into the flavor, where the other one was a little more fruity, more chocolate. This was more floral and more dry.
I think like the FSD wine, it's kind of got a little bit more, it pairs better with this tequila than this particular wine.
It is paired with the
does.
tequila. That's no joke.
That's a real thing.
The
They're
sweetness
they're
like
similar.
played off of each other.
But absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never said that before or even thought that before, but it is true.
So there's a thing. What's on your palate affects what's on your palate next.
Yep.
And what was on your palate affects what you smell next. So if you taste one thing and then eat something else, like when you're doing food pairings, it's going to be the same with spirits. I have a friend that has a podcast called Whiskey Tequila Fridays.
Okay.
And they do a whiskey and they do a tequila, and they do what's called a quick sip. They go, you're going to sip the tequila, and as you swallow the tequila, you're going to notice the whiskey. Then you're going to taste the whiskey.
Ooh.
and then you're
Does
gonna
that work?
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal. I've
Oh,
done it with
wow.
a couple, just listening to it and then coming home and trying it, and then they flip it. They're like, okay, so what does the whiskey give to the tequila? So in this case, what did the wine give to the tequila, or what did the tequila give to the wine?
Yeah.
And then they flip it and go the other way. They go, we're gonna do the whiskey first, and then before you swallow all of it, you're gonna do a nose. Before that finish is gone, you're gonna taste the tequila.
Wow.
What does the whiskey then give to the tequila? So, and that goes with pairing food.
Mhm.
You're all looking at how those flavors play off each other, so that does the same thing. But I agree that.
Yeah.
That was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. Cool.
So is it the wine, or is it the grape? Is it the barrel? What makes Syrah?
Obviously, it's going to start with the grape,
Okay.
but everything else plays into it. Everything, and like Syrah, yeah. But if you think like an easier way to answer that question, if you pick a varietal like Chardonnay, because you can start with the Chardonnay and do whatever you want. You can oak it, stainless steel. You can let it go through secondary fermentation, malolactic fermentation. When it finishes primary, and that process basically turns malic acid into lactic acid. So it affects your mouthfeel greatly. Malic acid being the primary acid in an apple, or lactic acid's the primary acid in milk.
Mhm.
So you can imagine what that would do to wine. Yeah.
No, I don't want you to do
Yeah,
anything.
Terry.
He's
dude.
talking to him.
So yeah, and a lot of when you're dealing with red wines, everything you're going to do with that particular grape, you could take the same grapes from the same place, the row next to it. We do this with people I sell grapes to in Washington, and we're all kind of friends, and we're all trying to do good. But the same person with said grapes is going to do different things with the same grapes as maybe I would. And all of that affects everything. And there's nothing's really wrong or bad. Well, some things are wrong and bad, but they could all be good, and it would still be a completely different thing. So,
I mean, that relates very well to what I've learned in tequila.
Yeah. Right.
Sergio Cruz says one thing. He says a master distiller never makes a mistake. He just makes a new profile. It might not be a good profile, but it's a new profile.
One of my heroes in winemaking, I met him at a tasting in Washington, and then one of my trips to Europe, he's a winemaker, and in Italy, in Parolo. And I got to go to his winery, and he kind of showed me around, and like we have similar ideas and similar techniques and similar things where we're just kind of doing stuff that sounds cool and see if it works. And so it's kind of cool as far as like a winemaking hero, Sergio Hermano.
Well, that's
Oh, well. I'll send him the link.
Please do.
That was so cool.
Yeah. I'm sure he remembers. That was a fun day. Yeah.
This is fantastic. I have another question. Brian's probably got 5 in there, but so somebody that doesn't drink wine, right? So you've got your beer drinker, your bourbon drinker. What's a wine that can be complex, not offensive, that someone could go, okay, I'm going to break into wine, so I'm going to start having some. What do they look for? What do they go to the store and look for to find a wine that they can ease into wines?
Probably price.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of times price has an effect on your palate. You don't want to like go out wine tasting. That would be the other thing where I could steer you. If you like go to the winery, try 6 different things or whatever's on the plate that day, and just figure out what you like.
Okay.
So you might, like here in Indiana, we have the spectrum, the range of things that you can try and taste. Sweet white, sweet red, flavor added, dry red, plain, high end Syrah. That answer to that question could be any number of things.
Gotcha.
Visiting a winery is a good idea.
Right. And so
And different wineries, because each winery kind of has their own thing.
yeah, I still really like doing that when like I'm, again, new to the area, but like checking out different places in the city. And I know Easley is going to be my next place. I'm probably going to go there Saturday and see what they have to offer, see what I can try to copy.
Sure.
You know?
Well, let's plug Daniel's Winery a little bit. For
Yeah.
people who don't know Daniel's Winery, tell them about the facility and where it is and how can people come see it.
Yeah. Wednesday through Sunday, noon till whenever at night. Yeah. Noon till close. Yeah. It's been,
It's okay.
So someone just
Check the website for hours.
Yeah.
Do you have an Uber?
It's basically in the Geist neighborhood in Indianapolis. Really cool tasting room, really cool outdoor area, summer concerts. Great place you can bring your kids and let them run around on a nice day outside.
Man,
Don't bring your
adults love
kids.
that.
Don't bring your kids.
It's just,
Why did he even say
Mark,
that?
do you have kids of your own?
I do not.
I'm taking the tequila.
We're deleting that part.
Really cool.
It is a beautiful thing.
Well, last night when we were up in the upper banquet area, just set up every day I get to work. And like, especially like Wednesday through Sunday, there's like something different's going on. There's a different event.
Trivia night was going on downstairs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was two things happening at the same time. And it's just like, I went to do punch downs a couple weeks ago on a Sunday at
I don't know what
11.
that means, but it sounds violent.
Yeah, it is. It's fairly, it could be. But yeah, so
People
that
that
was,
didn't listen.
that was Sunday at
Those are about their
like
kids.
noon on Sunday, and there wasn't a parking spot available. There
Wow.
was some sort of a bridal showcase or something.
Yeah.
So,
I'll do it.
Beautiful wedding venue.
beautiful wedding venue. Outside, inside, downstairs, upstairs. What it seems like there's a wedding there too, more than one every
Have
weekend.
you ever attended concert night at Back 9, sponsored by Daniel's Winery?
Not yet, but
Okay.
I have heard of it.
This
Yep.
was the first year that they partnered with Back 9 for the
Uh-huh.
summer concert series. And, they brought in some decent local bands, which is cool.
Cool.
And
Yep.
for Back 9, I know that was a good thing.
Their outside concert venue, the way they have it set up, there's tables all over, and they've got a really cool stage set up, and you're kind of where all of the vines are, and
Cool.
It's out front. It's very cool, and you can go there and get a bite to eat, on a Wednesday.
I hear pizza's good.
Pizza's good there.
Like
Yeah.
a stone oven pizza.
So
Yeah.
All like weird things though. You can't get like a Pizza Hut Supreme. It's going to be like a goat cheese weirdo stuff.
That's their pizzas?
It's all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well,
do we have normal person pizza?
They do. They have a
They do.
normal.
They get normal person
I mean,
pizza.
they're going to
Okay.
get frowned upon.
I don't
when
care.
you order it.
I
You're
put
like,
ketchup on my hot dogs. People
Yeah.
in Chicago
They would
frown at me, right?
You can't do that
from
in
the region,
Chicago.
but I do.
You do not. You
Suck it. I
actually
absolutely
put-
do. Ketchup and mustard on a hot dog.
How are you
Suck
alive?
it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I bet you eat a hot dog sideways. I bet you.
No, God, no. That's just stupid.
Yeah, I can see you taking
Ridiculous.
down that.
I'm near Chicago style. I get pickles or cucumbers and tomatoes, but I just add some ketchup on.
That's gross. Ketchup on a hot dog is gross.
Well,
That's
you know,
gross.
I'm
Have you heard of the Seattle dog?
Oh no.
No.
This was a shocker to me. It came, and now it's
There's no actual meat in
With-
there.
No meat in it.
it's kind of
And it
a way-
was
it's
blue.
kind of a way of life over there. But
Oh, Lordy.
it started with the stand way back in the day. In the morning, he served bagels. In the afternoon, hot dogs. So a Seattle dog, typically grilled onions and cream cheese.
You know what? That was only like 60 minutes.
Yeah.
A few years
Is it served
ago.
on a bagel?
No, it's
Okay.
No, it's a regular bun. But
Okay.
it's a regular.
they had
dog.
like a whole thing on the Seattle hot dog on like 60 Minutes or one of those shows.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes, and like usually the option would be to add jalapenos, which if you wanna get nuts.
I don't know how you
Jalapenos are
being from the
fantastic.
region are okay with all of this at all.
It's it's been a while since I was there, so it's been
All right. I being from the region, you're obviously a Bears fan.
Yep.
Cub Sox.
that one was easier to let go.
Yep.
And I really over the course of my time in the Pacific Northwest, I really became a Mariners fan.
Dude, this year the Mariners were legit.
Boy, that was a tough one.
Yeah, I bet.
That was, one game from going to the World Series and one home run is, that was a tough one.
Disappointing.
Yep.
But you got the big dumper.
Yeah, we had the big jumper. Yep.
That's a player.
I'm not sure what that is, but I've been in a portal whip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Got anything else, my man?
No, I just want to say thank you for this.
Oh, my
This
pleasure.
is
Thank you.
really fun. This
Yeah.
is really cool and a lot of great information.
Definitely.
And I found the first wine that I can drink. So
Boom.
I definitely appreciate it.
And
so
I
much.
found a place
love it.
apparently my wife and I need to visit.
Hey, we go there a lot, so you can go with us.
All right. I
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
All right. Well, for those of you watching still, thanks for being here.
Cheers.
We appreciate you
Cheers.
checking out Indiana Success Happy Hour. We'll
Cheers.
see you next time on the show.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's Brian and Brad, grab your seat. Real talk served with a boozy beat. Tune in, don't even blink, 'cause real estate makes us drink.